Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at the First Order Flame Trooper from the Star Wars 6-inch Black Series. This guy is really cool, but before we take a closer look at him, let's go ahead and take a look at his packaging. Here it is. It's pretty standard for the Black Series at this point. It's got a picture of the Flame Trooper down here in the corner. And on the back, it's got another picture of the Flame Trooper and a very brief description. If you'd like to read that, you can just pause the video. So let's go ahead and get back to the figure itself here. He stands, let's see here, a little over 6 inches tall. So he's basically right in scale with all of your other Star Wars 6-inch Black figures. And he does come with a couple accessories here. The first one here is his flamethrower. And it'll focus here. You can see that it's got a lot of great detail on it and a very clean paint job. And this is removable from the hose. You can just pull that off. That's how it will come in the packaging. And the second accessory here is the tank. It's got a flexible hose down here on the bottom. And then the rest of the tank is hard here, but it's got really great detail on there. Nice clean paintwork and great detail. And it does really fit on the Flame Trooper's back. As you can see, it's got a kind of a two-way peg system. So one peg on the figure pegs into the backpack and then vice versa. So it doesn't move around at all, which is really nice. As far as the figure's articulation goes, it's pretty well done. It is a little limited in some ways, but for the most part, it's all right. He's got a ball peg on top of a hinge in the neck, which gives you more than enough range of motion for this figure, which is really nice. His shoulders are ball hinges, and they do tuck underneath his chest plate here. So you're not going to get the best range of motion up just because of that, but it does really maintain the sculpt when his arms are down, which is nice. So I think it's a pretty good compromise as far as sculpt versus articulation. He does have hinged elbows with a swivel, and they are just under 90 degrees. I think that could be a little bit better, but it's definitely not as bad as it could be. And that is the same on both sides. He's got ball hinge wrists with almost no range of motion. They're basically going to be swivels. So that's kind of disappointing. It does kind of hinder his ability to hold his weapon, which is unfortunate. He has just a swivel in the torso. Again, I don't know why they're doing that, unless it's just a really stiff ball peg. I guess I guess it is a stiff ball peg. So he can lean very far back, and he can actually lean forward. So never mind, I take that back. He does have pretty good abdominal articulation, which is nice. It was just kind of stuck for me. He has T-jointed hips. Let him kick forward and out to the side, even with this pouch here, which is nice. So you can kick his legs out to the side. A thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. And I really like the design on these. I think they look cool. The knee pad tucks in underneath the thigh armor, which is really cool, and it does that on both sides. And then he's got hinged ankles. They've got pretty good range of motion. It's not the best, obviously, but it's not the worst either. And of course, they do have an ankle rocker. So overall, I think that this figure is pretty cool. He kind of fills out the ranks of the First Order figures, so that's really cool, and I'm definitely glad to have added him to my collection. Really, the only downsides are the kind of limited articulation in the shoulder and in the wrist, but you can work around that. He can hold his weapon and everything with two hands, and it does look amazing. So I definitely suggest picking this figure up if you see him. I think he's definitely worth it. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comment section below, and I guess I'll see you later.